can't stop this, you can't stop this. You can't stop this. You can't stop this. Whoa. You won't break me, I won't back down. I just can't shake this feeling like I'm up so high. I got no doubt this life ain't got no ceiling like. You won't break me, I won't back down. I just can't shake this feeling like I'm up so high. I got no doubt this life ain't got no ceiling like. You can't stop this.
From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Today it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the defending Super Bowl champions, the Kansas City Chiefs. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Chiefs make over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
On the ground, this is Quinshon Judkins. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Got his man in stride, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards. The first drive here and the first time that we've called a big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter, because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
On first down, here's Jenkins. He stiff-arms him. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside, and so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
First down, right back to Jenkins. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. The Chiefs at 2-0 here to begin the season. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he whips that one incomplete there. We look at this Browns defense. This unit, they're hoping to improve against the pass, because right now, Charles, number 27 in the NFL.
They'll take that play right there each and every snap, because throughout this season, they've given up some big plays. To be able to hold someone to no gain, oh yeah, they'll take that one all game long.
Now here's Mahomes. Over the middle, it's It's complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Well, there wasn't much there with that hitch route. They didn't gain what they expected. But sometimes when you call a hitch, you really don't have an alternate to go to. You don't have a second route to throw it to. So sometimes you have to rifle in there and hope for the best.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's third down. Here's Mahomes to throw. That is caught. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
That's a big conversion there on third down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a first and goal.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, first and goal. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Patrick Mahomes with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Chiefs get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that makes the score 7-0.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Looking to put a drive together. They'll run. Here's the rookie out of Arkansas. And not a whole lot there. Maybe a yard to the 27.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Still 9 yards to go on second down from the 27. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. Here's May. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. You talk about this Chiefs defense. They're a unit that struggled some against the run, no doubt, coming in 25th out of 32 teams.
Well, there wasn't anything wrong with them on that play, was there? Able to make a nice stop, held them to no gain. The key to their defense, though, is exactly what the defensive coordinator told you and I. They've got to be consistent.
And that is incomplete.
Well, they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Hardman on the return. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5. And it's Chiefs football, first and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out first and 10. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And that's a hard-earned yard there as he takes a pretty good jolt at the end of that one.
Brandon, you know this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
From the gun on third down, Mahomes. He's going to rifle one deep left side. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A big play there. 60 yards. And the Chiefs lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ballgame. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that'll make the score 14-0.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Room past the 35, and he's all the way up to the 39-yard line that time. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, May with it. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Kevin Winston there defensively.
Looking to throw. May. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Now on third down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. To throw, it's May. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 27-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. This defense for the Chiefs, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
There's a little bit of lightning talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. They'll throw with May. Man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. To the air, May. And his throw is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So it's 3rd and goal now, and this is where the Arrowhead crowd can make it very tough. And they just did not get the snap away in time. So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hits 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody's ready to get the snap off.
How crucial will those 5 yards be? We'll see as they come up again here, 3rd and goal. Throwing here is May. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
So not exactly the response they were hoping for, but they'll take the 3 to at least get them on the score sheet.
Yeah, now's not the time to panic. All is well. Somewhat calm. Only down 14-0. So continue to play your game, take the points when they're there, and put the emphasis on your defense to go out and get you the football back.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Now, right now, they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Into space at the 45. He's still on his feet. He may go. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Chiefs 21, Browns 3. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Now a hit and a loose football. And they're going to get the football just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line. So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. They'll give up the middle. Jenkins. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Quinshawn Jenkins, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point by Butker is on target. And a rout is on here in this first half.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too bad.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now he's loose down the left sideline. They're trying to tiptoe the pylon, but they're going to say he stepped out at the 1-yard line. 82 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
Sampson.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
They'll try to run this one in. And he takes this one in for a Browns score. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Browns are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead is down to 28-10. Well, it is still a lopsided score, so they're going to try a second quarter onside kick. Oh, and did the Browns get it? I think so, yes. Great job by the kick team there to get the football, but also don't forget about the man that started it, the lonesome kicker himself.
I love that you brought him into it because he doesn't get nearly the attention he deserves. Oftentimes it's only when it's negative. In this case, he created a positive play for his team.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle, feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way. They could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
What's that? Hey, what's that?
Now they'll run on the draw. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Touchdown, Browns!
Marvin Mims,
his first touchdown of the new season.
And the Browns are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
As they began this last drive, things weren't exactly looking up for this offense. But after what they just did, putting the ball in the end zone, that took them away from the brink of possibly being knocked out of this game.
Now the Browns offense will stay on the field as they'll go for 2 here.
They're going to try to throw for it.
And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2, they don't get it. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Fights off the tackle at the 20.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And it was just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Mahomes now to throw. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down.
Carson Schlesinger
Came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now Mahomes. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the return will stop right around the 25.
Crazy.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, what's that?
From the gun, it's May. That one goes for 24 yards.
Oh, nice job there putting the ball right in the doorstep of the goal line. Couldn't quite get it to pay dirt, but he got awfully close. Let's see if they can cash it in over the next couple of plays.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Here we go, boys. Hey, what's that?
They'll try to run this one in. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, it's May. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw. This is caught. Touchdown. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Browns are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. McLaughlin now to add the PAT. And this is back to a 5-point game.
That's the score. Browns 23. Chase McLaughlin to kick off fourth.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Some strong running at the 20. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. Gets around him. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Harrison Butker to kick off 14.
It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That one good for 26 and a first down. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? And sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Crazy.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game, and I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
They'll come up now, 3rd and 3.
Crazy. Here goes that. Hey, what's that? 5.
Oh, the motion comes too late. And this is going to be a delay.
Of course, that flag accepted, and it backs the ball up 5 yards.
And the delay of game penalty makes this much more difficult. 3rd and 8.
Hey, here goes that. Crazy. Hey, what's that?
He'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32.
McLaughlin now for the Browns field goal.
He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will cut the lead down to just 2.
So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. And let's get the ball back for us.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would. And in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about, hey, we just want...
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack.
Lucas Van Ness getting 3 there to bring him down. I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, with talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the third quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe that can get them going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said, that they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the second half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game.
It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, But now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Mahomes going to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play there on the catch and run. And the Chiefs are going to get a fresh set of downs.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
They'll look to throw now on first down. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
At the 23-yard line.
An inside run with Jenkins. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. 66 yards rushing for him now to this point.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Coleman has it here right side. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal.
First down. First and goal at the 2-yard line.
They come out with one back and three tight ends. And he's in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes scoring on the 2-yard keeper. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that makes this a 9-point game.
Browns 26. Harrison Butker at a kickoff.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he's going to be out of bounds. Here's the run back. We'll leave him shy of the 20-yard line. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the third quarter. We're back now in KC. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the fourth. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
From the 43, here's second down and 7. Back to throw here. Got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 38-yard line.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. May looking to run. And bulldozing his way through. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first. So there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Give the tackle there to Daniil Hunter.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
This is 2nd and 8.
They'll look to throw here. Got a man, and he hits it in stride.
And the Browns are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
They get this out left. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal at the Chiefs' 3-yard line.
Oh, he fakes the spike.
May looking to run. But it's not going to work. He'll go down, and they got him.
They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack, and that makes things tougher here on 3rd and goal. They'll drop the throw.
May looking to run.
And they'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown.
Drake May
with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year.
And the Browns have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter.
33. Chase McLaughlin taking off for Cleveland.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
And they've seen their lead nearly extinguished after that last score, but bottom line, they are still on top with the football, and a touchdown on this drive would really put them in position A. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 104 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
First down.
Once again, Jenkins.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be...
And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A great effort there. 36 yards.
And the Chiefs are able to build on to their fourth quarter lead. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that makes this a 9-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he's going to be out of bounds. Here's the run back. Will leave him shy of the 20-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Now second down and a few inches. Here's May. Able to find Mills.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
Time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Going up top. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. From the gun on third down, it's May.
Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes.
Yellow! On the blue, lady!
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can